my name is Anna and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with a very exciting comeback reaction to a group that we have somehow never reacted to on this channel before, and we'll be reacting to ITZY.
Yes, so we are reacting to ITZY on this channel for the first time today. Somehow it has become the first time with like timing issues and everything that has happened before in the past. But I guess sort of to make up for it, we will be reacting to both of the music videos that they have released for this comeback. So first we are going to watch the main title track that they're promoting, Loco, and then after that we are going to watch the other music video called Swipe. That being said, let us go! I literally thought of the rapper Loco.
I did too. When it was calling, I was like, Loco's calling! What? Their sets are always so interesting.
It makes more sense that this is more Latin feely because it's called Loco.
Loco.
Aww.
Oh?
Oh. Ah, so like giant cat tower stuff.
That also is very like on brand for like
her image.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like the big box that just says crazy.
What is that in the background?
They're playing with their crown theme, but in like a crazy way. That's cool.
Oh. The influencer
like
ring light.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh!
I got all like techno.
Oh!
Oh, that background line is cool. The one. That happened earlier. Oh, the edit with the electric. It's already stuck in my head.
I know. I'm like bouncing.
It's like cool. So
That's
we're like
great.
maybe halfway through the song, and I already got the hook.
ITZY floor work. Floor work, ITZY.
Oh, I get it.
Thank you. I was waiting.
It took me a moment. Yeah, the bass.
Aw.
Is this whole break in the actual song, or is it just the music video? Because I feel like it's just the music video.
I don't know, but the music video is only 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So is it just a short song?
Maybe.
Mm.
K-pop songs in general have been shorter nowadays, though.
Mm.
Unless they are doing like another intense dance break thing during this moment. I don't
like right after the last one?
Yeah, so that's why I feel like it. Now it's on every beat instead of like nan, then it's back. Well,
I feel like I can already sing along. Like I promise
too.
I've never heard this song before as I'm singing it.
I know, I feel like people are gonna think we're lying that we hadn't already listened to it.
Crown.
Yeah.
Always.
I was thinking of that too.
Aw. Okay, so we're gonna do this quickly because we have 2 music videos to get through. So if our comments are a little shorter, that is why. This is gonna sound really weird to say. It's very ITZY. Like right from the very opening shot when I was like, wow, their sets are always so like insane. Like it just has the ITZY vibe of very like high fashion almost and very sassy, lots of attitude, and you see that in their dance always. This one, like Anna pointed out, like it makes sense that it's a little bit more Latin inspired, like Latin-esque, because it's called Loco, and I think you can see that a little bit in the dance too, just with especially the hip movements that they're doing. And it's not just like, oh, they're doing a lot of like hip isolations or like almost twerking sections, because there are kind of like twerking-esque sections in it. Like I'm thinking about the beginning of Ryujin's rap section, but it's the syncopation of their hips where it's sort of almost like a da 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 da, like in their hips, the way that you would see it in like Latin dancing, where it's sort of like back and forth, and it's like quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. I also love, again, very ITZY, the way that they stick to their like motif of crowns. Obviously every ITZY dance ends with like the crown pose and they're always connected, but I thought it was really ingenious how they had used that for the chorus, because like it is local, so it's talking about your mind, but it's like they're like breaking the crown and like their head is sort of like going wild. But something else about it that was like super impactful was after the dance break and then the sort of elongated interlude that we haven't checked if it's in the song yet or not. I really liked how the dance slowed down at the very beginning of the last chorus and they're sort of like rising from the ground. I don't know, that was just a very impactful moment because so much of the dance has been so quick to sort of emphasize all of the beats that when you have that moment you're like and it sort of feels like when you're so, because they're saying they're crazy in love, so it feels like when you're so overcome by emotion that it's like everything sort of like fades or like slows down except for that emotion. So I thought that was really interesting. I just feel like part of what sells an ITZY dance is their sass and their attitude. Like Yuna, I love Yuna Center. I think she just has so much sass and so much attitude and just sells it. So yeah, just like very on brand. Anna's turn.
Actually, a lot of what I was going to say about their singing is also like the sass attitude sort of thing that you talked about for the ITZY brand of dancing. All the stylistic choices that they sing with, it's kind of aggressive in a sense. Not that they're mean girls, but kind of like that mean girls, like, you can't sit with us sort of attitude. Although the voice is much more like less deadpan and more like attacking-y. But you know what I mean? Like at the beginning of the line, how it attacks it and then the bite throughout the entire thing, because like to convey that sass. I guess all the consonants and like the vowel sounds are shortened unless the note is like distinctly like this is a sustained note. Other things about the song, I feel like if you just focus on like how it was moving while watching the reaction, you can note which instruments or lines stuck out the most and really encompass like the main theme of this song. So like one thing is the bass that I focus on more towards the end, especially in the chorus. It like emphasizes the beats that they want to focus on in the dance too as well. Also the clap sounds that I talked about a lot. The clap sounds are on the offbeats, which is 1, 2. It makes it more rhythmic and more like fun and playful for like the Latin vibe too. But then I also talked about in the reaction, like there's that one section where it's just like straightforward, and then when it goes back to the chorus and all the instruments come back in, it goes on the offbeats again. And then like any instrument lines that I pointed out in the reaction are basically what I was gonna talk about here too. Like the electric guitar line that comes in for a little bit. There's this weird sound that comes in, I think during the second verse, where it's like a pro that happens that didn't happen earlier, and I wish they actually used that more because it's like an interesting sort of distorted line. Anyways, those are all my comments because we have to go into the second music video we are watching. Let's go!
So for the second music video in this reaction, we'll be watching their other music video from this comeback, and it is Swipe. Let's go! This feels a lot more like Gen Z right from the start.
A rainbow QR code?
Can you actually scan it though?
Oh, I'm sure someone has tried by now, right?
Probably, right?
It's all just gonna be like, oh, it's TikTok.
So I was gonna say this like, is very like.
So this is clearly the TikTok challenge they're doing for this song.
Yeah, I've seen that before. That's like interesting. This dance is a lot more like a TikTok dance. Sorry, next.
I haven't actually checked. Are all of these videos actually on their TikTok now?
That'd be
all
cute.
The ones in here.
Yeah.
Oh. Please don't kill my vibe.
That one, the swipe on the mirror that they just did with Leah. I've seen that before. This one too.
It's like
I already can
basically,
sing along.
it's like their version of Thank You Next.
Yeah, yeah.
I just
It's like it's the Gen Z version. Oh, buffering.
Oh, there's like the lightning again. What is that? Is that
I like how
actually
this
saying
one's-
words?
What's it saying?
No, I didn't know if it was saying anything actually.
Oh,
But this one is like what?
I like that this one's like deeper.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like creepy now.
Swipe. There's definitely a QR code you can scan.
Oh.
Does it take you to their TikTok?
Oh.
This is another example of the fact that I am now old. Like literally as soon as I opened Tiyeji, I was like, wow, this is so Gen Z. And then I was like, wow, I'm so old. Because I know that a lot of the things they're referencing are TikTok trends. Like I recognized a couple of them, but I'm just so not like up on what's popular with the youngins these days. But I was gonna say, I think one thing that's really interesting about it is that I feel like most of the ITZY title tracks are very like, I mentioned earlier, like high fashion or very like diva. Like it makes them appear a lot older than they actually are. Whereas in this one, I felt like I was watching ITZY at like their actual ages, if that makes sense. So it was sort of like a nice change of pace, especially when you compare it to Loco, since they came out together, obviously, or like a couple of days apart. Like I said in the reaction, and like Anna pointed out, you can tell what the TikTok challenge is gonna be since that's like a popular thing for all of the groups to do these days. But even the choreography of the dance feels more like a TikTok challenge compared to other ITZY dances, because a lot of ITZY choreographies generally are like really fast, like it would take more to learn them, whereas this one's like swipe, swipe, swipe. And so it feels like a lot more accessible to their fans, and like they can invite their fans in to like take part with them, which again, when you are coming out with double title tracks, double music videos at least, it's a good switch up and change of pace. But yeah, the whole time I was just like, wow, I'm old. They're cute though. Anna's turn.
I mean, okay, based on age ranges, I know that I'm technically supposed to be Gen Z, but man, I don't relate. And this is not like a hater comment, but I'm like, yeah, it's cute, but dang, I do not relate. Anyways, though, so the TikTok dances. It's about like making it more catchy and easier for people to follow, like Peyton said in her comments. But like the song is like that too. So like instrumentally, it's just like a basic beat for pretty much the whole thing. And you're just supposed to be like, yeah, it's very chill, sort of vibey the whole time. Also, like, the song isn't super melodic. Like, they're kind of just like speak rapping for the whole thing, except for like very small melodic lines popping up out of it. And it also is like speaking in a deeper tone too than most ITZY songs. Like you were saying, the dance is more like phew. I was like, yeah, musically it's more like phew too. And it's kind of like a nice contrast between the two. By the end of the song though, I kept pulling faces like, what? That's because like instrumentally in the end of the song, I think it's like the sort of pink room that they're dancing in. Like there's a lot of distorted synth sounds that come in and are layered. Like the sort of crunchy chord coming out through it is why I was making those faces, just to explain so there's no misunderstanding. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this.
TLDR is ITZY recently had a comeback with Loco and Swipe, and they showed two pretty different sides of ITZY. They showed the one that we tend to expect, the sass divas, and they also showed ITZY as the Gen Z girls that they are. It was nice to see both sides of them, kind of like an on-screen and off-screen persona through the music videos. So yeah, congratulations on your comeback!
But that being said, if you would like to talk with us more about ITZY, about these releases, or just let us know what it is to be Gen Z, please, then feel free to reach out to us on our socials, which are linked in the cards. And as always, if you enjoyed this reaction video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!